Today we are going to make some taco tater tot casserole for my freeze dryer. And I'm going to do this in 2 batches at least, and probably make 3 because I'm going to make one for another batch for me to eat. But what are the ingredients? The ingredients are, for 1 batch, is 1.5 pounds of ground beef lean. This is 93% lean. We're going to use some tater tots, a can of Rotel. Guess I ought to give you the weights of these. A can of 10-ounce can of Rotel, a 15.25-ounce can of sweet corn, and a 15.5 can of black beans. We're going to use 8 ounces of shredded sharp cheddar, a 14.4-ounce bag of diced peppers and onions frozen, and a packet of taco seasoning. Now we're going to I have some more cheddar in the fridge that we'll use that to top it off at the end, but we'll mix this in with it. So I want to get this back in the freezer because we don't need the tater tots right now, and I don't want them to thaw out. Then we'll brown up my ground beef and drain that, and I'll be right back. Alright, there's not much grease in there, so I'm just going to do this without draining that. Obviously, if you use an 80-20 mix, you might have to drain that off, but it don't look that much fat in there, especially by the time I add everything else. So we're going to go ahead and throw in our peppers and onion mix frozen. Leave that cooking in there with it. We'll go ahead and cover that to get it cooking quicker. Get those vegetables thawed out. I'll be right back. Actually, while those are cooking up, I'm going to go ahead and open up my black beans and rinse those. Alrighty. Those should be softened up enough. Ow, hot. Alright, well, let's dump our drained black beans in there, rinsed and drained. My can of drained corn. My undrained can of diced tomatoes, Rotel I prefer, in this dish. And my packet of taco seasoning. give that a mix. Move this in with it where you can see it now. There goes the lid. Alright, let's give that a mix. Looking and smelling good. Alright, let's put that on and drop that down to about a medium heat. We'll stir that occasionally. We're going to let that simmer away for about 10 minutes. I have my oven preheating to 450 degrees Fahrenheit. Alright, let's get this mess cleaned up. I'll be right back. Alright, let's see how that's getting on. Ooh, it smells taco-y. Alright. So I let that simmer for about 10 minutes on medium, stirring it regularly. So let's go ahead and turn this off. Now what I think I'm going to do is take my cheese and mix some of that in with that right now. About half of my cheese. Get that good mixed in there. Oh yeah. That just kind of thickens up that juice that's in there. Let's get my dish. And let's get it transferred to my casserole dish. Just like that. Alright. Now this is a 5-pound bag of tater tots. I don't know if I'll be ending up using all of these or not. We're just going to coat the top of this with tater tots. Bearing in mind I want at least one more dish and probably another for me to eat this week. Two for freeze frying and one for John In Bibs to eat during the week, because I just love the taco casserole. Never tried it with tater tots. Alright, that looks pretty good. What we'll do is we'll stick that in the oven, which is preheated to 450 degrees Fahrenheit, and bake these for about 30 minutes until everything's nice and golden brown and crispy. And then I'll come back and sprinkle this cheese over the top of that and pop it back in the oven for a little while and let that cheese melt on the top. Should be delicious. But I got to get busy and make another one exactly the same. So, I'll see you when these come out of the 450 degrees oven. I'm going to say 25 to 30 minutes, but I'll let you know when I take them out. I'll see you then. Okay, there we have it. That looks gorgeous. There's my two that we're going to freeze dry. I baked those at 450 degrees for 30 minutes. Tater tots were golden brown. Topped them with a whole bag of cheese between the two, so half a bag of cheese plus a little bit more actually. Just topped up with cheese, popped it back in the oven for 5 minutes till that cheese is melted, and there we go. Now for my personal use one, I'm going to try something just a little bit different, and I'm going to go ahead and show you this. I'm not going to freeze dry this, but I just thought it might taste good to do tater tots and the cornbread mix. So I got a box of Jiffy here. And we're just going to make this Jiffy according to the directions on the box. This is the way I normally make it without the tater tots when I'm having it at home. We top it with a nice cornbread mix. Pour that over the top there. Now let's get our tater tots. This is a total experiment. Don't know if it's going to work or not. There's a tater tot on the floor. That's my 5 pounds of tater tots gone. Alright, let me pop that in the oven, and we'll cook that the exact same as we did this one. And I'll see you when this cools down. We'll tray this up and this comes out of the freezer, out of the oven. See what it looks like. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that so far. The cornbread cooked up nicely in between all those tater tots, which I wasn't sure it would do. That's bubbling away. Now, I'm not freeze drying this one, so I'm going to put this aside for now. I'll get set up and we'll start trying up this because this has cooled down a little bit. Alright, we're looking to get 2.5 pounds on here. Let's see what that looks like. Smells and looks delicious, let me tell you that. Wow. I could have probably done a lot less. No, I need 3 trays, so. Because we're not doing a noodle, so I need 3 trays, so. We're about right, maybe. 2.6 pounds there. Let's just kind of spread that out. Get my dividers. And divide that up into 10s. Set that off to the side. Not good. That's good. Do another tray. It looks like I could have got away. No, it looks like I've made about the right, but I might end up with about a half a tray left over. If all's fair in love and war. Too. Same that mess up those potatoes for my freeze drying, but that's what you gotta do. It's all gonna taste good though. Get some more potatoes over there. I want to get them all in one place. Right. One more tray. Alright, there we have 3 trays. I'm going to let these sit aside here and cool down more before I pop them in the freezer. We got that much left over. Basically half a tray. So when you make this, you have some left over for dinner. I want to try out some of this for my lunch with the cornbread in it mixed in, because I don't know how that's going to come out. So let's dish up a little bit of that. Put this off to the side. And just for my viewers, a little bonus here, we're going to try this fresh. See how that came out with the cornbread on top. Oh yeah. Really hot. Fresh out of the oven. Yeah, that cornbread worked really well. Normally I do that without the tater tots. I just put the cornbread on top and I know it comes out really nice. But I was worried because of the tater tots that might affect the way the cornbread reacted. I wasn't sure if they'd cook up around the tater tots, which it did. Let me tell you. Oh man. That's a real winner. So, I recommend that you, my viewers, mix up some of this and cook it for dinner tonight, and you're going to be loved. Oh yeah. The family are going to love you. Because this is absolutely gorgeous. I didn't want to put the cornbread in the freeze dried because I know for a fact when we rehydrate that, if I mix the cornbread in with that, the cornbread's just going to dissolve and turn to cornmeal anyway. But if you have a mind to making some of this fresh, I highly recommend putting some Jiffy mix on the top of that with your tater tots. Tater tots really are good. They go well with this. I'm glad I tried that. Well, that's a little bonus for you. It ain't freeze dried yet. We'll let that other cool down till it's really cool, and I can put it in the freezer. We'll get that frozen solid. Next time you see that, it'll be coming out of the freeze dryer. And I got a full tray, 9x13, and a half of a 9x13 of taco casserole, my favorite casserole by the way, with tater tots. And I'm going to portion that up and freeze a bunch of that, and that way whenever I want some, I'll just pop a bag out of the freezer and pop it in the microwave. Man, this is it. Alright. I'll see you when this comes out of the freeze dryer. Alright, those have finished and look absolutely gorgeous. What are we calling these? We're calling these taco tots. I ran them in the freeze dryer for 40 hours. As usual, all my runs I run for 40 hours. That way I know everything's nice and dry. And of course we check it as we package it anyway, but 40 hours seems to be a pretty good number. So, what we're going to do here is we are going to put 3 squares in each pouch. It's a tight squeeze, so I just kind of don't really break it up too much, just enough to get a nice flat seal on that. And set it off to the side. I'm breaking these up a little bit better, see if they fit better. Oh yeah, a lot better. So it looks kind of like that. And set it off to the side. So let me get these packaged and I'll be right back. Okay, that's the 3 trays packaged. Turn this away, get this turned on, preheating my sealer. Alright, so now we need to put our O2 absorber in there. I get these O2 absorbers from topmylar.com. And they don't sell the 300 cc's in packs of 10 anymore. They sell the 500 cc's in packs of 10, so a bit of an overkill, but that's what we're going to use because I like to use packs of 10. So we're going to put one 500 cc O2 absorber in each pouch and Ziploc it shut. The reason I Ziploc it shut is because it just makes it a lot easier when we go to sealing it. Plus, While it's sitting here, it stops it from taking on any moisture from the atmosphere while I get through these. Let me get these done and I'll be right back. Alright, that's them all zip-locked shut with the new food absorber. My sealer has preheated, so we're just going to pop a seal on there. Just like that. You can see this melt along the edge there. You know it's kind of know when it's done. It probably don't show up on the camera too well, but I can watch that kind of melting as it goes along, like that, and it's done. Alright, there you go. They're all sealed up. Turn that off. Unplug it. We'll let this cool down. I'll get this all cleaned up, wash my dishes and that, and then we'll come back and do a taste test later. I'll see you then. Okay, let's see how my taco tots come back to life. First thing we need to do is get her open. Don't forget to take out your O2 absorber. That's done its job. There we have our tots in a bag. Let's do my standard 3/4 of a cup of hot water that I have just taken out of my Keurig, so it's nice and piping hot. There's 3/4 of a cup. And we'll take that and zip it shut. Trap all that heat in there that we can. Alright, we'll let that sit for 2 minutes, and I'll see you in 2 minutes. Alrighty, that's been 2 minutes. Let's see how we're getting on. Oh yeah, looking good. Give that a quick stir. Looks very good. I'm not going to stir it too much because I'm going to try not to break up my tater tots. Just want to make sure that everything gets some moisture on it because it's looking good in there. Let's seal that up and let it sit for another 2 minutes. Alright, see you in 2 minutes. Alright, there we go. That's another 2 minutes. Let's give that a toss. And it's looking good in there, let me tell you. So let me tell you about these bags. I get them from topmylar.com. This is called a single meal pouch. And it's like a bowl because it is wider than it is tall. I buy these by the case, and it's really my go-to bag. Is what I use 99.9% of the time for my meals. For that reason, I can eat it right out of the pouch. But for the video, I like to show you guys what this comes back like. So let's dish this up. There we go. Does that look good or what? I say it looks fantastic. Smells really good. Let's see what it came back like. Oh man, this is beautiful. That has come back so perfectly. Mmm. 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 That cheese has come back beautifully. I was kind of worried it might be a little bit hard. Nope, it's perfectly melted. Mmm. A hamburger, ground beef, perfect. Vegetables and beans. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. And even the tater tots. There's some tater tot there. Oh yeah. Nice and soft, but not a mush. Mm-mm. Boy, this is a killer recipe, let me tell you. Who would have thought you could have such a delicious meal by adding a little bit of water and waiting 4 minutes? Mmm. Yeah. Taco Tots. I spelt it T-O-T-T-S on my package. I'm wondering if that's only supposed to be a single T. I'll leave it as a double T. But I'm pretty sure that's spelled wrong. And if it is, I will spell it correctly in the title. Man, those tater tots really go well with this casserole. I think I'm going to have to incorporate them into some other meals. It gives you that starch and a beautiful flavor and consistency. Man, this is good. That was good. That is one for the book. I've been sitting here contemplating over the past few days. It's so much work to write those recipe books. There's not a lot of return on investment for me. But a lot of you did buy the book. I don't know. You guys think I should do another volume with the more up-to-date recipes for this past year? I put in probably, God, I'd say at least 100 hours putting it together, the last book, at least 100 hours minimum. Then you got to lay it out, send it in, order a copy, it comes back, proofread it, make any changes that you send it back in, order another one, have it come back and see if you're happy with everything. It's quite a long process. But the real process is writing it all out. But I don't know. You guys let me know. Would you be interested in seeing another recipe book for the last year? The book I have on sale is for basically the previous 4 years. So I'd incorporate the recipes from this past year into the book. But let's get back to the taco tots. Taco tots are delicious. I'm telling you, you've got to try it. I really enjoyed that. I hope you enjoyed watching, and I look forward to seeing you next time.